Meteorologist Brent Anderson here in the 1011 Weather Center. We have a lot to talk about, so we'll talk about the Friday forecast and into the weekend, talk a little bit about the eclipse on Monday. So, talking about today, Friday, some high-level clouds expected across the state, so a little bit of filtered sunshine, but temperatures should be in the 60s and even a few 70s possible over southern and southwest Nebraska. Southeast breeze will begin to pick up later today, especially for central and western areas, and then during the overnight hours, we'll see some scattered clouds, but generally clear. Windy conditions developing, again, especially for central and western sections of the state with that southeast wind. And then Saturday, we start the day off with some sunshine, especially for central and eastern areas, but again, it's going to be windy. And then, as we head towards Saturday afternoon, especially late Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, we start to see the chance for thunderstorms developing. And some of those storms, again, could be strong to severe. Right now, I think the window, the timing for the Lincoln area, we're talking about between about 5 and 9 o'clock. We'll see that chance for thunderstorms, again, moving through. As far as the severe weather outlook for Saturday, this is not for today. We're not expecting any kind of severe weather today or any thunderstorms, but this is for tomorrow. There is a slight risk for south central and parts of southeast Nebraska, again for Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Lincoln is kind of right on the edge of that. The green area is a marginal risk, which means isolated severe thunderstorms. So just kind of a reminder of the categories here. Marginal risk, isolated severe storms, and then a slight risk usually means large hail damaging winds with some isolated tornadoes possible. And there will be in that slight risk category possibly an isolated tornado. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on. On top of that, there is a high wind watch for Saturday for central and western Nebraska. Again, this is for Saturday afternoon until Sunday evening for places like Grand Island, Hastings, Ainsworth, and North Platte. Now, for the eastern part of that high wind watch, places like Norfolk, Columbus, Seward, down towards Fairbury, at this point, the high wind watch Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. We could be talking about wind gusts between 55 and 60 miles per hour. Now, for Lincoln, at this point, we do not have any kind of watch or advisory. That being said, I do think we could see gusts even here in Lincoln around 50 miles per hour as we head into late Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. In fact, here's a look at the future wind gust forecast. This is Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Starts to get breezy for central and western sections of the state. Still not too bad in far eastern portions of Nebraska. But look what happens overnight. Windy conditions for central and western Nebraska. By Saturday morning, we're already talking about wind gusts between 35 and 45 miles per hour, even gusts up to 50 miles per hour for a northern section of the state. Watch what happens throughout the day. This is Saturday. 5 p.m., gusting to around 53 in Lincoln. Could be between, again, 55 and 60 miles per hour for portions of central and western Nebraska. And then as we head into Saturday evening, Saturday night, as that big upper level low pressure system moves through, winds might die down a little bit for southeast Nebraska, but we're talking about wind gusts up to 63 miles per hour in North Platte, 64 in Imperial, and eventually we'll see those gusts back up to around 50, 55 for Grand Island, Hastings as we head into Sunday morning. So again, very windy conditions anticipated. As far as how much rain we can squeeze out of this is the 3-day precipitation potential today until Monday morning, April 8th. You can see far northern, northwest Nebraska has the best chance to pick up maybe, again, a half an inch, an inch and a quarter in some parts of the Panhandle. Yeah, maybe you could see an inch and a half to 2 inches. For Grand Island, Hastings, Lincoln, at this point, it's looking like a quarter of an inch to 3/4 of an inch in this area. Some areas in northern and northeast Nebraska might see a half an inch to an inch of rainfall. Now, with individual thunderstorms, certainly locally higher amounts could occur. Tree pollen, moderate category for your Friday. Weed and grass pollen at lower levels. So the Friday forecast for Lincoln, 66 today. Other than some filtered sunshine, we should see mostly sunny skies. The southeast wind will increase 10 to 15, 10 to 20. I think there will be gusts between 25 and 30 miles per hour by late in the day. 66 in Lincoln, 66 in Seward today. Other high temperatures across the state, generally in the 60s, with 67 in Grand Island, Valentine 65, mid-70s for Imperial and McCook this afternoon. 71 in Hebron, 64 in David City, 66 in Lincoln, 68 in Kearney, 63 in O'Neill, and 76 in Imperial. Lows tonight will be milder for most of us. Will drop down to the 40s, around 50, 43 in Lincoln, 44 in Grand Island. And then Saturday, looking at 50s, 60s, and a few 70s. Again, very windy conditions. Now, Sunday, we'll see 40s for northern and western Nebraska with 50s for central areas. Could still make it up to 61 in Lincoln with scattered showers and mostly cloudy skies. Let's talk a little bit about the solar eclipse viewing forecast. This is Monday, 11 o'clock. Green is good. That means good visibility or at least clear skies. And then poor, looks like we'll see some clouds. So at 11 o'clock, you can see by the time we get towards 2 o'clock. Now, again, the maximum partial eclipse will be at 1:53 Central Time for the Lincoln area. You can see it's not so good, mostly cloudy skies. This is still a few days away. Perhaps things will get better, but right now there could be some clouds that will interfere with the eclipse viewing. Although southwest Nebraska, places like McCook, you might have the best chance to see that partial eclipse in Nebraska. Let's head into the 7-day, 10-day forecast. Showers on Sunday. There's the solar eclipse. Dry conditions, lower 60s, but partly cloudy skies. Upper 60s Wednesday, scattered showers, 67 Thursday. And then maybe some warmer temperatures, 70 for Friday. And at least at this point,